Welcome to ACU Dallas Faculty Training in Disabilities. ACU has a long tradition of providing access to students with disabilities. That long tradition has been shared with a historically stable approach throughout higher education, from the regulations of Section 504 of the Rehab Act in 1976 to the landmark legislation of the Americans with Disabilities Act in 1990. Until recently, those of us working with students with disabilities in higher education were relatively clear about how to think about accommodations. That historically stable context has been shaken by three important forces. First, our understanding of disability and civil rights is evolving. The ADA was amended in 2008 to address some of these changes. For example, in the 1970s, students demonstrating at the Federal Building in San Francisco chanted, "We're disabled from the neck down, not the neck up." Their point at the time was that abled persons should not assume that persons with physical disabilities were intellectually deficient. But in our time, that language could be understood as exclusive. Second, the online teaching environment has been disruptive. The commonplace accommodations made in the residential classroom are often irrelevant in the online course setting, and new challenges and barriers emerge. Third, and related to the second, is the reality that online degree programs have provided access to a wider and increasingly diverse group of otherwise qualified learners. For example, a student with a severe seizure disorder may not be able to drive to her local campus to take a course. The online setting may provide a great deal more opportunity, but as Betts et al. Accurately noted, increased access to higher education does not necessarily equate to increased accessibility in terms of course content, learning activities, and assessment. These factors have resulted in a need for greater collaboration between disability professionals and faculty in higher education. It is no longer possible for the disability professional to directionally solve problems of access for students. The changing landscape places institutions at significantly higher risk and often places students in difficult situations. The purpose of this training is to help facilitate that collaboration. The Alpha Scholars Program is the name we use at ACU for our student disability services. Gloria Bradshaw had a vision for creating a program that would provide a unique level of support and service for students at ACU in comparison to other institutions. Over her 20-year career, Dr. Bradshaw created a program that has been recognized across higher education as a flagship example of support. I came to ACU in 2007 when Gloria retired and worked in Alpha until the summer of 2018. The Alpha Scholar Program has a unique set of mandates. First, and most importantly, Alpha protects the civil rights of students with disabilities at ACU. Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act requires that a specific person be responsible to protect the student's rights. But in protecting the rights of the student, Alpha also provides a secondary function. It protects the university from the risk of violating the civil rights of students with disabilities. At ACU, our Disability Services program engages in a third priority that is not required by legislation. They offer academic support to students with disabilities. These three priorities serve to protect the student, the institution, and the faculty member. But Alpha has always believed that if they do their job well, they'll also support the student, the institution, and the faculty member.